Hello, my friends, and welcome back to a brand new week here at Realm News Flash, your podcast where you get a weekly recap of what has occurred in the past 7 days in the Minecraft universe. In case you do not know me, I am your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I hope you are all ready for some news today because we have a few things to cover. In the Minecraft news segment, I will be covering the latest Snapshot 25w18a and everything that it entails. Then I will update you on a Minecraft movie and how it is doing in the box office before we transition over to Realm News, where I will provide you a sneak peek clip into this upcoming Thursday's Realm News episode titled Legend of the Chambered, a Minecraft origin story. Yes, we have some amazing material to cover today, my friends. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? When you are ready, let's begin with the news. I am recording this on Sunday, May 4th, 2025 at 1:40 p.m. If you are a Realm News Copper tier or above member, then you are listening to this the day it releases. Otherwise, it is Tuesday, May 6th, and all subjects covered today may or may not have changed. I would like to begin the newsreel with the latest snapshot. Snapshot 25w18a, or as I will call it, the lead snapshot, has brought on a few significant changes. If you have played Minecraft for any length of time, then you probably know what a lead is. I say that because the Wandering Trader is a prolific mob in the overworld, and he often tends to pop up after you spend a couple days in one spot or a general location. This bloke carries 2 leads attached to his llamas. Well, the leads are often broken and dropped for you to pick up. Leads are super handy for attaching and linking mobs together. I covered 2 weeks ago on Realm News Flash many of the new technical changes that were brought to us in Snapshot 25w16a. Allow me to sum up that report before I tell you what additional changes have taken place to the lead. I reported this on April 20th. Quote, players can now leash multiple mobs together to create caravans and attach leads to boats for creative transportation. Crouching to leash mobs and using shears to release individual mobs are also new features. Super convenient. End quote, sorry. Super convenient, I say. Well, they updated the leash or lead once more in Snapshot 25w18a by changing the recipe up. These snapshots are all on Java, by the way. But for parity's sake, they tend to carry this over to Bedrock Edition relatively fast so players on that platform can test out the features and provide feedback before it exits experimental mode. If you wanted to make a lead or leash prior to this snapshot's release, then you would have to combine 4 strings and 1 slime ball at the crafting table, and this would yield 2 leads. Well, the developers have adjusted the recipe and have made it easier to craft 2 leads. All we need to craft the leads now are 5 strings, and that's it. So easy. That's everything. 5 strings. This recipe change has pleased many people and conversely raised debate in the community. People who advocate for increasing the importance of obscure Minecraft items are upset that the slime ball is being diminished by being taken out of the lead recipe. I can see the point, and I am a person who likes to see some recipes maintain a sense of rarity. I was a proponent of rabbit hides strictly being used for crafting bundles when that was a debate months ago prior to the bundle's release. Personally, I thought it would be a good thing for the rabbit to have its value increased in the game. They are everywhere in the overworld, and besides being used in rabbit stew, they really have no importance since we can obtain leather from cows and from automated cow farms like many players do, such as myself. So I would have to say that I am against a slime ball being taken out of the lead recipe, even if this does make them more accessible to early game players. Now, don't get me wrong. I am all for accessibility to items for first-time players or early game players, but I am also for challenges. I like having to find a specific material and or item in order to craft something specific. It makes you leave your comfort zone and explore the overworld in order to obtain whatever it is that you're looking for. Slime balls, if you are not aware, are acquired by killing slimes and are acquired after I forget about this. I forget about this. You get them primarily from killing slimes, but there is a chance that if a panda sneezes, a slime ball will come out. I know. And when the first time I read that, and that was, I think, I have no idea why I read or what I was reading that led to that, because I haven't made an episode over slime balls or pandas. So it was somewhere obscure that I read this, and I just laughed out loud, like literally. And I even told my girlfriend, I said, hey, can you believe that pandas sneeze out slime balls? I thought that was just funny. Anyways, moving on. Slimes can be found in swamps and mangrove swamp biomes. However, I tend to always come across them in caves or underground, like, those underground pockets that you come across when you're mining deep under the surface. Now that we don't need slime balls for constructing leads, I wonder how many more players will avoid those dangerous, unnavigable swamps or mangrove biomes and caves that I was just talking about. I kind of think that this will diminish exploration, in my opinion, just my opinion. Perhaps that's an exaggeration, but I don't know. It's just got me thinking. Anyways, that is the latest change to the lead or the leash. However, that was not the only thing they made more cost-effective as a crafting recipe in this snapshot. They also made the dried ghast economical to craft. Yes, you can craft a dried ghast, and now you can acquire one through bartering with piglins in the nether. This will make the dried ghast much more accessible to players. Everyone will now be able to trade for these dried out raisin-looking things and bring them back to the overworld and hydrate them in water until they turn into a personal blimp for transporting us across our realms. Also, now if you want to craft your own dried ghast, it will take 8 ghast tears and 1 soul sand. This is an improvement to the recipe economically speaking. Before the snapshot release, the recipe required a bone instead of soul sand. And I'm not talking about the overworld skeleton mob bones. No, I'm talking about the archaeological, huge dinosaur-looking bones that can be found. Personally, I've never seen one myself, but they do exist. Frankly, I do appreciate them making this recipe more economical to craft. This is one that needed it. I am for a challenge, but not an improbability. Going into the nether is a challenge in itself, let alone finding a rare bone in order to craft the dried ghast. One last change that has been made in this snapshot is in regards to the splash potion. Allow me to quote directly from Minecraft.net. Splash potions, I can't speak, I'm sorry. Splash potions distance to affected entities now depend on the closest distance between the entity hitbox and the splash potion hitbox where it landed, end quote. That means if the entity is directly hit by the splash potion, then it will take on the full effects from that splash potion. If there's a group of mobs huddled together when the bottle breaks, they will all receive equal effects from that potion. Besides that, the rest of the snapshot is a series of technical changes that I won't be listing off here in today's episode. So, easier to craft leads or leashes, however you want to call those, and dried ghast are the main purpose of Snapshot 25w18a. I do not think too many people will be upset by that. Now, let's examine the latest figures associated with a Minecraft movie. The most recent articles that can be found while doing the research over a Minecraft movie are all 6 days old, or that's all I could dig up. Just thought you should all be aware of that before I read off the latest earnings report. On April 27th, 2025, an article titled Box Office, Minecraft powers to $816 million globally. Sinners surpasses $161 million. By Rebecca Rubin. They state that this popular film has earned globally $816 million, $436.6 million overseas, $67.1 million from the United Kingdom, $33.7 million from Germany, and $31.8 million from Australia, and $28.4 million from Mexico. Money, money, money. This film is a cash cow, and Warner Brothers needed it, according to the article. Last year, the year ended with an extremely unsuccessful film, Joker, Folie à Deux, and they began 2025 with a lame start by producing films The Alto Knights and Mickey 17. Which I have never heard of those two movies, so no wonder they were failures. But Warner Brothers redeemed themselves with Minecraft and the hit success movie Sinners, which in its second week nearly matched their opening weekend, which is just phenomenal. Allow me to give some praise towards Sinners for taking number one in box office and earning around $161.6 million so far and on a $90 million budget. They recouped those costs quickly. The movie is receiving a lot of praise from some big names. According to IMAX's CEO, Rich Gelfond, quote, Ryan Coogler has clearly nailed the zeitgeist with this film, end quote. That's no kidding. Moving back on track, a Minecraft movie is now coming out with something called Block Party Edition. It is already in theaters, according to another Variety.com article titled A Minecraft Movie Sets Immersive Sing-Along and Meme-Along Block Party Screenings, written by Jazz Tangke. A Minecraft Movie Block Party Edition is essentially Warner Bros. Seizing the moment of the massive success of this film by getting customers to become repeat customers. On May 2nd, across all of North America, the Block Party Edition rolled out across theaters. This encourages the audience to come back into the theater in order to sing along to songs that are in the film and to yell out to your favorite memes that have been in national news. Just don't bring live chickens into the theater and be respectful of others, please. That's my PSA for the day, folks. I see this as Warner Bros.' way of just trying to make more money off this overly successful film. Can you blame them? I mean, come on. It's a cash cow. I'll let you decide on that. With that said, that wraps up what I have for this week's Minecraft news segment. I would like to now shift over to Realm News, where I will provide you with an insight into what to expect in this Thursday's upcoming episode titled Legend of the Chambered, a Minecraft Origin Story. This upcoming Thursday, I have the privilege to present to you all an episode that I took great pride in making. I went way back in the days of yore to Markus Persson's or Notch's early years of game development. In this episode, I examine a game that he began in 2001 and continued to work on right up to the near advent of Minecraft. Allow me to sum up my own episode. Quote, Legend of the Chambered, or LOC, is a series of Raycaster-style games created by Markus Notch Persson. The first version, released in 2001, is lost to time, but its existence is documented on itraclinic.com. The 2008 version, featuring a team of characters and familiar items like leather, armor, and apples, showcases Notch's early game development and influences on Minecraft. The evolution of Minecraft is traced back to its early influences, notably Legend of the Chambered, LOC. Elements from LOC, such as the quiver, amulet, and ring, were initially included but later removed. The game's creator, Notch, incorporated elements like the inventory interface, armor, and hostile mobs like skeletons, spiders, and zombies, which are still present in Minecraft today, end quote. Now that we have a basic understanding and a summation of what this Thursday's episode is all about, allow me to now play a clip or a sneak peek into it. I must say the original Chambered from 2001, as I've already stated, is gone to history. There's nothing in the archives that shows existence except for the archives at interclinic.com. This was, in fact, the first game posted to Interclinic by Notch. Allow me to share with you some of the items that we are aware of that were contained in the original 2001 version that I was able to dig up. I'll read the items and then it's provide description from the Minecraft.wiki source. Here, let me begin. Healing Potion. Heals a selected character from the party. Next is the Back Sack, and it allows other items to be stored inside itself. Next is Arrow. It's unknown, presumably used for long-range attacks. Then a Quiver, which allows arrows to be stored inside itself. And then the Staff of Creation, which allows the creation and modification of items. I don't know about you, but Staff of Creation just sounds like a really awesome item. And can we get that in Minecraft? Also with the amulet, the rings, and all that stuff. No, seriously, it was really amazing doing the research for this episode. Looking at the old photos and the games that Markus Persson drew inspiration from was really cool to find out too. I mean, just really cool. I really enjoyed doing the in-depth look into LOC, which Notch spent so many years working on. It was, I didn't realize that he started back all the way in 2001. I thought that was just intriguing. Heck, doing even further research back on Notch, it was amazing to see that he got started into developing games at, I think, around 8 years old is what his wiki claims and some other sources. So an interview, I think, claims around 8 or 10. So I was just, wow. I was amazed by that. Seeing the armor, apple, sword, and some of the hostile mobs in LOC that were carried over into our beloved Minecraft. Wow, that was neat to see that linked. It does him gain inspiration from his own past creations. It's just truly remarkable to know that many aspects of Minecraft were inspired by previous games that he developed. I hope that you all enjoyed that clip to this episode due to release Thursday at Realm News. If you enjoy origin stories, then you should tune into this episode. It's quite fascinating. With that said, my friends, that is all I have for this week's Realm News Flash. I wish you all a great rest of your day, week, and I shall see you at the next Realm News. Happy crafting. The Dark Lord. Signing out. Hey Realm News fans, it's your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I'm here to tell you that your support means everything. Spread the word by telling friends, liking, and commenting on Spotify or Good Pods. Find me on X, Blue Sky, Reddit, or via email at bio.link/Realm News. For more content, join my Patreon at the Copper, Diamond, and VIP tiers for early episodes, bonus content, and newsletters. Find out more at bio.link/Realm News. No pressure though, just keep listening, liking, and sharing. That's more than enough. Happy crafting, and see you at the next Realm News.